with map number 2 between NiP and Team Envyus. Going into map number 2 on train. You just restore the volume and then we will swing on over to the correct window. There we go. So, some would argue that definitely on this map, just like Inferno, the knife round would be the most important round and NiP wins it. So they will, I imagine, most likely be going with the CT side to start things off. Wait, did I see that right? No way. Well, they're feeling very confident about their T side, so they're going to be staying on T side and seeing how many rounds they can rack up on that before they go to the CT side. As noted before, Team Ninjas in Pajamas have the best performance thus far in the ESL Pro League. I'm a little bit shocked to see that they're not going for the CT side first. It's one of those things. It's like the law of Counter-Strike. If you have a chance to do it, then just do it. Already we see a bit of action coming in between Exist and his dueling partner at backdoor. That would be NBK. They break about even in terms of HP trading. Now we have the main dive in coming in from ladder room and a main entrance. Kenny S gonna shut things down pretty predominantly. NBK doing much the same. He's gonna be now dueling against Forrest, but will not be able to carry that fight out for much longer. Kenny S does get a second one from terminal room, and that turns into quite the messy surprise for Exist. He was actually thinking he was only dueling one player, but Kenny S gets away with a triple kill at the end of that round. So that being said, now we have a game in our hands. A very important one to Envyus that they've already taken the pistol round on, and hats off to them for accomplishing that much, really. Some would say that the pistol round itself can dictate the pace of the game, and if the CT side gets it, they could be unstoppable. But as I say that, we do see that NiP is swinging back into this very nicely. It's already 4 for 0 in the exchange. Spotting Devil, Freiberg's just going to confidently plant the bomb, get an extra $300 guaranteed without risking a battle, and looks like NiP may just be diving full-fledgingly into this. They managed to salvage every single weapon that the CT side dropped. That is ultra effective recycling at its best. Devil does manage to get one refrag. Let's not forget the play that he did make happen on the last map. You guys should go back and check the VOD if you didn't see it. It was really something else. Now we do have Ninjas in Pajamas with the upper hand on this round. We will be seeing a forced buy out of Team Envyus to avoid eco themselves. And that is going to be Pith taken down rather by Kenny S to open things up. Forrest getting Apex's frag, and that is going to be Get Right getting another to his name. Looks like the T's will not be overstepping their bounds this time. At least not too terribly aggressively, but they do have a very nice chokehold on this map. Get Right gets one to his name. Looking for a second, will instead be taken down by Happy. And now it's 2 versus 3. Low HP on the T's. Happy does have a Mac 10 in hand, as well as full health and armor. So this is going to help him out quite a bit. Forrest gonna fall back. Freiberg making a nice jumping shot onto NBK. Last man standing is gonna be Happy 1. And he gets the headshot. Very nicely done. Still a little bit expensive in the way of a win coming out for NiP, but they push Envyus into essentially an eco round, a hard eco round more or less. We do see that there's been one investment into the P250 coming from Happy 1. Not much else just yet, and that's looking like that's going to be just about it. mediating that frag grenade. Pyth and Exist throw them both at the same time, but accomplish nothing at that point. It looked like they were waiting for a counter timing push of some sort, but to that end, they literally do 0 damage to the enemy team. 2 frags in the same spot would have guaranteed a kill for one, if not the other player. And I like how they threw them at the same time, really. NBK with the P2000 Fire Elemental. It's going to be waiting at back door. No one spilled any blood just yet. And 1 minute remains on the clock. I mean, just examining the way Ninjas in Pajamas are playing on this round, they realize they have powerful weapons, and those are big investments. But one would also imagine arbitrarily that on this round that Envyus is on super hard eco. Checking every corner as they go. Gonna be jumping, and Get Right finishes before it starts. Plant coming in. Last second switch out as Pith wants to feel very safe. He plants the bomb. It's gonna be Get Right getting one to his name, and so far no one even close to being taken down just yet on NiP. Right now, really P2000s in the hands of the CTs, and that is not going to help them too terribly much. Envyus Devil, the last man standing. Not much to save in his hand, so it looks like he might be able to capitalize on something of a frag onto Pith. Never mind. I thought he was in ladder room peeking out into the train yard, but I guess I was wrong. Or the A-site train yard. Again, I was wrong. They hear no defuse. No turning back. And that is going to be Devil, last man standing. Nothing to save to his name. But at the same time, he's not contributing any money to the enemy team. So, you know, kind of denying Ninjas in Pajamas an extra $300. It's now going to be 4 M4s and an AWP going up against what we have from Ninjas in Pajamas. Question is it enough coming from the Team Envyus side? Kenny S is at glass cannon mode right now. If he gets shot while he attempts to fire at the enemy team, he's going to be in a whole lot of trouble. Won't be able to keep his aim steady at all, so he's going to have to be very, very careful to make sure that he actually gets the first bullet out against his opponent. NBK gets lit at back door. Exist will make the frag with the frag, and Get Right and Forest do their part as well. Bomb site A is now T territory. They can plant the bomb. Envyus is really looking for their way back into this game, and I think it's just a matter of time, really. But this round, just like the previous round, is turning into a paycheck round. We're talking, I mean, and this is not the way to do it, really. Envyus, they have the weapons this round. They couldn't do it versus Ninjas in Pajamas. And NiP, their biggest focus might actually be ESL Pro League, which is why, you know, I don't mean to downplay the team by any means, but if I'm not mistaken, the last time I saw them win first prize besides DreamHack Malmo was a tournament that I can't even remember. I wasn't even paying attention to CSGO back then. So, I mean, hats off to them for making sure that they are, you know, at least prioritizing something and prioritizing it quite well. It's going to be upgraded pistols this time around from Team Envyus, and regardless of their performance on this round, next round will be a full buy round. Slow push on a bomb site B coming in from Ninjas in Pajamas right now. All they need is time. All they need is time, and they need something to work with on this. 5-man stack on a bomb site B. Pretty sure Devil heard that drop. That is a headshot for him. He's going to immediately backpedal onto the site and Perhaps call for reinforcements. Maybe. We will see a rotate coming out now from Happy. He's got a deagle as well. He's hoping to make a huge play happen with that deagle. And I've seen Envyus make the deagles work on this map previously with Fnatic. Can they do it now is a very good question. Get Right denies Devil a second frag. Gonna be seeing Freiburg coming in to cover the tracks, and he will score himself a double kill. Very nicely done. Exist does get NBK to his name, but fails to find a second, and the last man standing is now Happy. He wants a 4K, but I don't think he's gonna get over aggressive for it. He's been spotted in not far from CT spawn. Going back towards Ivy now. But I can respect the fact that Ninjas in Pajamas think that it's not worth their time to gamble. They would rather build a bank than destroy the enemy teams. And they know that no matter what, they're going to be facing off against full-blown rifles on this round. Frag or no frag, on to Devil. Or rather, Happy. Double op setup this time coming in from Envyus. They're hoping to be able to play a little bit more passively. They also have quite a few more utilities than they did back on, I think it was round 4 when their last rifle round was, or round 5. Has been spotted now, and he's taken down quite low. 58 HP remains on him. No armor, but he does get away with a little bit of information here. Devil will be dueling against Pith after taking down Get Right, and that is a very low HPT for NiP. Happy, he's got to be scoped out. Perfect timing, but he's not able to land the shot. And he's taken down mercilessly. Now 4 versus 3 is the name of this game. And Apex pushing in. Does get spotted. Will take one down. Might win another duel. Indeed he will. This might be... He can see the op tube. He really can. This Kenny S. Firing through smoke. And Freiburg is coming in. He's been spotted in frag now. Kenny S doing his job quite well. And the defuse has got to come in right now. I think they're going to try and get that second op. Indeed, they will. Nicely done. Nicely done. Saving a lot of money here, but I feel like this is going to be a corner cutting round in some regards. But if nothing else, we can see the oppers buy M4s and drop them for teammates. Or keep them for themselves. I said, alright, well, in some ways it worked this round. Let's do it again. Kenny has armor this time around. But now, if we look at the bank here for Ninjas in Pajamas, they've got a lot of money. It's hard to put into words, really. Get Right spots Devil, and that is going to make an entry on a bomb site B. We see a rapid rotate coming in from Happy 1, now hopping onto the back of nuclear train, I guess you could say, at B. Four-man stack now, 5-man stack onto bomb site B, and there's only Happy on site. He's falling back towards behind front right connector. Or rather, entry car is what I mean to say. He does get one frag. He's able to get a second. He will not. Exist denies it. Kenny's now coming in. He's looking for someone. He will find Exist. 3 versus 3 now. He's been flanked, however. Caught at a bad angle. With frag in hand. If he was facing his opponent, it wouldn't have made a difference. And that's 2 versus 2 now. 19 HP remains on Apex. Get Right flicks and scores only one bullet was needed there, and that is going to be him sealing a deal with a triple kill to his name. Envyus looks like they are going back to eco. Very difficult situation to accept right now if you are on Team Envyus. This is, again, like, just the very beginning of this is very much so beginning to look like their match against NiP on Mirage. 3 steps backward, 1 step forward. You can't make progress that way. Forest is, well, this is extremely passive coming in from NiP. They're kind of hanging back not far from spawn with their weapons, and I think what they're doing is they're trying to, again, in some ways capitalize on overzealousness from Envyus. I do believe we did see NBK. Yes, he's at back door right now. His position is essentially revealed. He's going to have to stay there. We can see that Freiburg is going to be creeping to accompany his opponents, or rather his teammates. There they go. Entry utilities now from Team Envyus. Line firing through ladder room. They're now pouring into the bomb site. A little bit close quarters here. NES gets the opening frag, unable to get a second. And that is trade plus for Ninjas in Pajamas. We'll see who coming to the back door, but Forest, and back to 2 versus 3 now. Although they are only on upgraded pistols right now, they are trading somewhat effectively, especially NBK picking up that op. It may be a deal maker here for the team. Walling onto Pith. Pith not moving. Does reveal himself, gets hit a second time. Down to 8 HP. Must be a wall shot. Get right. Takes down Devil. And that is going to be his double kill. Sorry, triple by the end of the round. Salvaging the AWP. And I mean, that turned into a very expensive round for Ninjas in Pajamas. It did cost them a lot of money. Hats off to Team Envyus for their, really, I wouldn't say fantastic, but definitely very nice performance overall. Four-man stack on a bomb site A from the CTs, at least it was. Going to be, it looks like Devil now rotating in towards connector. Pith might be able to greet him there, but that's if he isn't shut down by Happy. And Happy gets him, but Forrest comes in for the refrag immediately. Misses the flick onto Happy. We'll get a one-tap with the Tech 9. Devil looking for a headshot. Unfortunately, we'll have to settle for a chest shot, and then a refrag coming in from Get Right. It's like NiP, they've got unrivaled terrorist side. I'm not saying this just based off of, you know, 2 matches against Team Envyus, but there's a reason why they won DreamHack Malmo, of course. You can see that 2 players have banks that are exceeding 13,000 right now, and the question is, can we really see a depleted bank from NiP? Would that be possible from Envyus right now? Typically, the meta previously on this map was to get away with 11 rounds on CT side at the very least. Now we see it's much the opposite, what with Ninjas in Pajamas and their executions being extremely solid. The meta is constantly changing, it would appear, and I mean, it's just difficult to put into words. Everything that I've seen in CSGO today has been obtuse, to say the very least. NBK making the opening frag at back door. Will backpedal away very wisely. None the wiser, none the wiser, none the smarter. Pith gets lit just a little bit, but looks like they are refragging somewhat effectively, but it's still 2 versus 3. But just as I say that, back to 2 versus 1 with excellent positioning and execution on bomb site A. That's unfortunate clumping there. Positioning from Team Envyus. I think that was, you know, a collateral bullet from an AK-47, but it was not one frag or 2 frags from 1 player with that 1 bullet. Pith will nonetheless put Devil to sleep. Just knock him in the back of the head. Won't feel a thing. Round 12. 9 on the board for Ninjas in Pajamas. 2 for Team Envyus. 3 left for the remainder of this half, including this round. Who will get the remaining 3 rounds and how will they be split? Will we be seeing Envyus getting away with 1 more? They've got upgraded pistols on this round, and NiP, it's difficult to put into words, but it's almost as though they don't make mistakes. They don't overstep their bounds. They don't go in without being too careful. There is no such thing as being too careful right now if you are NiP. They check every single inch of the map before they go anywhere. 1, 2, forget right. Exist gets 1. Two versus 5 right now. It would be a miracle to see Team Envyus get away with this. And he will get 1 frag, but he's down to 4 HP. Good luck making another, as we see Get Right getting the cleanup on that. Fake on the plant just to lure someone out, and Devil is going back towards Ivy. Pith just playing that corner. He doesn't know it, but he can see the rear of his opponent, and that is him coming in with the headshot. And Devil just dropping and going to sleep. There's no other way to say it, really. I mean, headshot with the AK-47, you won't feel a thing. So many players here getting past 10K. 4 out of 5 on the NiP roster right now. I mean, I don't think there's even enough rounds left for Envyus to destroy the economy for NiP. Line fire coming in onto the pine wood. Not connecting with anything, unfortunately. Get Right will be hit just a little bit. He will return fire and take NBK down to 17 HP. Not at all shabby by any means. Sharing the bullets, spreading the love. And looks like NBK gets finished by someone, but Devil scores himself a double kill, but that is going to be Forrest returning the favor with a single. Happy getting 1, and now Envyus having a manpower advantage going into bomb site B. Can they do it? Is a very good question. Kenny delayed by a Molotov at connector. Pith coming. I don't know if it's a good idea to clump these players up together like Forrest. I mean, there it is. He saw the tube. That's all he needed, and now just checking for Happy from a different angle. Most likely that was what they were trying to do. A synchronized entrance, and, you know, Forrest cut onto it appropriately. Probably a dozen location names that they have for each spot on train, and that is going to be Pith getting into execution. And that just, in some ways I felt like that shouldn't have worked, but the utilities were tossed in the wrong places at the wrong times, I guess. Maybe there weren't enough utilities for Team Envyus. I don't think they actually threw any. There would have been a smoke at connector to get it to go away. Perhaps even cover the entrance for Kenny S. 11 rounds on the board for Ninjas in Pajamas. I've seen some crazy comebacks before, but it's going to take all of them combined and a miracle for Team Envyus to come back from this. They're going with a forced buy right now, of course. As you can see, 5-7 and CZs in hand to replace the players that cannot afford FAMASs or M4s. Apex pops out. You see a seldom seen phenomenon, which is Get Right missing the first shot, or rather Freiburg missing the first shot, and Forrest not able to refrag. Devil waiting in white in position right now. top of a train cart using the nuke silo, the portable nuke silo as cover. He will be getting one, dropping down. Spotted, not able to adequately use cover, and now Forrest is looking like he's in a bit of trouble. He's on the ladder. Going to be catching Kenny S on the rotate as well. Nicely done. But it's still 2 versus 1. CZ in hand for NBK. Can he or can he not save the day? It's going to rotate into bomb site A. That is going to be get right. Executing him. Maybe I overused that term, but it wasn't really execution considering he shot him in the face. No losing any of this money for Ninjas in Pajamas right now. 3 FAMASes, 5-7, and an M4 coming out from Team Envyus. It's either this round or no round on the CT side. They're going to have to perhaps capitalize on getting away with something on the T side. Smoke tossed onto the incendiary thrown in by Apex to A main. From Freiburg. Does not connect with anything. This is a play for picks. We can see them slowly rotating towards back door. Typically, this is looked at as a dangerous tactic as it is quite the narrow corridor. Oh God, Apex getting lit down to 12 HP will be punished for... I don't know how to put this into words. Not ignorance, but slow reactions. He's still alive. He can still do damage. But this is looking like a very slow round. Hesitation to execute coming from the T side. And that is going to be 2 for 1 now as we see Kenny S get 1 and traded out immediately by Freiburg. Apex getting a nice execution. Almost gets a second one. Does get a long distance headshot if I looked at that correctly. Happy doing his job as well. It's Forrest against the world, 2 versus 1. Maybe we'll see Envyus taking 2 rounds going into the second half. Or 3 rounds, excuse me. Three HP, most likely a fake on the defuse. That is going to be Devil sealing the deal for his team. Alright, so it's going to be 3 points going in for Envyus into the second half. A little bit urgent on the defuse, but they do get away with it nonetheless. Now we see the switcheroo coming in. NiP at 12 rounds to the 3 of Team Envyus. Are they going to seal this one out quick with the pistol round, or are we going to be seeing Team Envyus begin a long comeback? It's a very important question to ask right now, and it starts here. Apex a little bit hesitant on the purchase, but he does get a smoke as well as a Molotov. Coming in from NiP, it's going to be 4 Kevlars and a defuse kit, so they are playing in some ways for retake. Very heavy B execute coming in rather from Team Envyus. They're stacked. Happy might be going in, making some noise, but that's the smoke going in towards... I think that's connector. No, that's a decoy from the CTs. There they go. They make the entrance now. NBK getting taken down by Get Right. Happy coming into A main, trying to catch someone on the flank, and that's not working out. It's already 3 for 1 in the exchange. 4 versus 2 now as a result. Get Right taking fire from more than one side, and he holds his ground. That's everyone taken down from Team Envyus. They win the pistol round. But we can't forget that on the first half, although we did see, I believe it was the anti-eco round when one of the teams had actually turned things around, but I forget which of the two it was. Was it Envyus who took the pistol round, and then Ninjas in Pajamas take the forced buy round, the anti-eco round. Maybe, maybe not. It's very confusing and it feels like a long distant memory at this moment. Two M4s, FAMAS, P90, and an MP7 will be coming out for NiP at this moment. It's all upgraded pistols and armor, but even if they don't win this round, they're going to have to make the same decision next round to buy upgraded pistols and armor to avoid overtime. Blind fire through smoke, you hear the footsteps, and that is one shot to the head dealt on someone. Kenny S getting a nice frag. It's only 2 versus 4 now. And that's Forrest getting 1 refrag, bringing back to 3 versus 2. Get right, looking for his own. He will get it, indeed. Exchanges a little bit in the way of HP. It was 2 versus 4 at one point. Now it's 2 versus 2. HP is definitely of the essence here. That's going to be get right. I mean, Devil, his position there was not optimal, and NBK's been spotted. He will be executed now. I mean, just chased down. It was 2 versus 4 at one point, and now we see Get Right single-handedly take down the enemy team. Without the kit, it wouldn't have been possible, however, to win this round. There it is. Upgraded pistols. Full utilities. Devil, a bit of hesitation, as he did have enough for an AK-47 and some armor, but he's going to be, I think, trying to space this out with his teammates, trying to buy time for that pick. Oh my god, the lineup is amazing there, but we only see Forrest get away with 1 frag. They're trying to, I think, salvage that weapon on the ground, but it's going to be very difficult for them to do so. We haven't seen a single AK-47 since the beginning of this second half. 2 versus 2 is the name of this game, and now we see that it's Exist kind of clearing things up a little bit. Happy 1. Last player standing to the P side, he's taken down, and that is going to bring Ninjas in Pajamas to match point, and what I think is potentially the most decisive round or most decisive map I've ever witnessed in ESL Pro League EU myself. Four M4s and an AWP coming out now for NiP. What do they do now is a very good question. Oh, they sit back, relax, and enjoy pummeling the enemy team right now. It's been 4 for 0 in the exchange. NBK, last man standing, 12 HP remains on him. Where on earth is he? Well, he's been shut down, and that is going to be NiP taking it. Did NBK commit suicide there? I think he did technically, but nonetheless, we do see this map taken by NiP. That's 2 in a row against Envyus. Not an easy team to push over, but they managed to do it with, I mean, a little bit of trouble there in map number 1 on Cash. On map 2, however, it was a bit of a different story. It just felt like, on Train, we didn't see that much of a fight coming in from Envyus, and they've been, I wouldn't say punished for it. No, that's not the right word, but they definitely didn't look too terribly up to par with that of NiP. There's no other way to say it. We'll be back in a short break with Dignitas versus Vague. Dignitas versus Vague. We'll be back after a short break with Dignitas versus FaZe. I do apologize. Don't go away.